The LPL continues to impress here, of course, with Week 8, Day 1, new expectations to who is actually going to playoffs, with EDG and OMG hitting Summoner's Rift for Game 2 shortly. However, more games coming up later in the week. Clement Chu, Jake Hysterics, Ozzy Penko, and this is Match of the Week. RNG, BLG, coming up on Sunday, folks. This is the game that defines if BLG and Kuro are really on the track.
Two teams really hitting their strides right now. If you look at the standings, RNG are not even in the top 4. It's BLG that holds on to that position right behind the vanguard of the 3 teams we just mentioned. And I do think it's all going to be about the matchup between the mid laners. Karsa's been popping off. Xiaohu has been our best performing mid laner statistically after the Chinese New Year. And he's going to face off against the likes of Kuro. Kuro, a great map tactician, moves around so well, teleports so well, clash of different styles. Who's going to come out ahead?
Throw Meteor in there as well. The 2v2 gets spicy. That's coming up on Sunday as our second match. However, we're still in the middle of another series. We're still in the middle of OMG and EDG, which was a very close finish, if I may say so.
It was really heart-pounding to watch that game go on. EDG's playoff hopes were on the line, and OMG, they just had a miraculous comeback against Sunny. 10,000 gold down, they still win the matchup against the supposed super team of Sunny. So I was thinking, is it going to happen again? But finally, with the correct play in towards the mid lane, I felt like Scout really did his job right there. Found the Galio out, prevented that team fight from going sideways, and they closed it down.
That he did, but the consistency goes to the bottom lane of Hope. The MVP goes to the bottom lane of Hope. The sub for Jackie Love. And let me just say, Hope had a stellar performance.
Yeah, don't mind about iBoy. I'm stepping up this game, 8-1 and 5 KDA. Most importantly, putting on a more dominant performance than Meiko and iBoy did throughout the majority of the split. This was an actually very good laning phase from him. I want to see if he can continue on the Lucian.
Now, it will be Hope playing in Game 2, but for EDG transitioning back to Ray. Not sure what the Game 1 expectation was from Mole, but Mole played pretty decently himself. Ray coming back in, and we had a lot to talk about with Ray. I'm glad to see the second pick ban. Clement, second pick ban. We have Ray. My hands are hurting because you're squeezing the blood out of them, but that's a Riven.
Riven online, baby. We've seen this counter matchup happen before. Very much in favor of the Riven. You can stop the hook shot mid-air. Camille doesn't get to move away from you. It is a very strong counter matchup.
Oh, no.
And this is what Ray was known for.
This is what Ale was known for back when he versed Jinnu.
Yes, that's the matchup I was talking about.
Ale is so rough because Ale just got absolutely stomped. And now he has to play the Camille against another top lane Riven.
And in looking down the lineup, we also have the best snowballing combination in Rek'Sai and Lissandra for EDG. I love what Hart has been doing with his band picks, hitting the notes on all of the strong points for the team.
Clement, I believe in Hope. I also believe that Riven into Camille is so oppressive that Game 2 will give us the identification we need from this new AD carry, but also EDG moving towards their strength of schedule in Week 8. OMG, does their journey towards playoffs end here? Or do we see something else? I'm not going to let them cheer. It's a bit of an invade. Okay, now.
4-man invade. Tahm Kench being thrown in as well.
That man's right next to the mic. You ready? Okay. So, what I've discovered from my time being here in China, which is 2 months, about a week, 2 months, 1 week, I've discovered that the community has learnt that they can chant things like SKT, TSM, G2, you know. I was thinking about shouting out direwolves in the crowd yesterday with TOB and FBX, but I'm like, that's disrespectful. Doombee's wife's there. She's so passionate about FBX. But you know what? One day. So I like the enthusiasm there. We're just having a look at runes though while I was bantering off. We don't see anything too different here. Back to the Conquerors on Camille, but Conquerors on Riven.
Yeah, we do have to talk about Conquerors because it does now proc off on skill cast as well. So you can imagine Riven hits that threshold very, very quickly.
Like a truck.
Yeah. And the additional adaptive damage also helps out a lot with the bonus AD ratio she has. Much more of an assassin type of a scaling on her abilities for Riven, so the adaptive force helps that out a lot as well.
Best 16 just showing himself in the mid lane while we do talk about Riven. Goodbye, Best 16. We know you're towards the bottom side now. After clearing up most of his top side, heading down there. Scuttlecrab is available, going for that straight away. Inspiration second, however, on Ray. Cosmic Insight getting early trades off. Even earlier, one would say. You've even got cooldown reduction instead of the extra adaptive damage or attack speed. I like this from Ray. He's going to be flopping a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard build from Riven overall. He's thinking that he has a very strong side of the matchup. Doesn't even need to go to the resolve tree for extra defenses. And I think he's right. This is a very one-sided matchup. We've seen this. Jinnu versus Allah is actually the matchup that you just mentioned.
Haunt him.
Yes, it was not fun to watch. Let's just put it that way.
Clement, he's the only Camille top I know. You know, I said one of the few before, but I don't actually recall anyone who consistently picks Camille up into the top lane anymore.
Yeah, it's
or at all.
Been heavily nerfed over and over again. Hookshot took a big dive. The tactical swipe as well. So really, the only ones are your hardcore Camille aficionados.
Yeah. Still, we saw the scaling in effect last game and how Ale got ahead, so it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be a bad pick. It means that Ray is still going to have priority. He used that priority, got some deep vision off. Look at where EDG are putting their wards this early on with Best 16. While the river is very heavily warded by OMG, making sure that there's no advantage given over with the help of Clearlove to Ray in the top lane.
But this time around, they're doing a much better job at controlling their own jungle. And I think the Olaf pick was actually quite smart against Clearlove that likes to out-control your map and out-farm you, take away your camps. It's pretty worthwhile to get an Olaf that just clears his own camps really fast and cannot be invaded on. You don't want to invade an Olaf no matter who you are.
Ooh. I like this back, or attempt to back from Icon, but it was disrupted by Clearlove. Means he has to stay in the way while Best 16 starts bullying him.
That's the cheeky Clearlove play. I swear there was a phase where Clearlove only played Rek'Sai, and the only trick he had was stopping backs.
That seems to be very Clearlove-esque. Chelly and Hope, quick trades in this bottom lane, but Five and Chelly are winning this out. The Vayne into Kai'Sa we're seeing a lot more. Clearlove having to give up his top camp too. Good rotations here. OMG. Strength of bottom lane. Top lane, they force out the jungler.
Vayne is considered somewhat of a counter pick against the Kai'Sa. You do have the range advantage and also the dueling advantage as well.
Yep. So
just putting a lot of hurt down. As long as you can dodge those tongue lashes, it's probably quite favorable for the bottom side of OMG.
Perfect sense. Here we go again. Arla's like, I'm not using hookshot at all at the moment. We're going to see the one-on-one in the top lane, maybe the 2v2 in the mid lane. Scout jumps onto the jungler. Rek'Sai getting advantage. Best 16 revenge is taken, but Clearlove might actually heal this up with the help of Fury. He's going to spin once, not even twice. Icon taken low, jumps on by Scout. Double kill for Lissandra. Ray's coming to get ya, but he doesn't need to do anything else because EDG win that trade wholeheartedly.
Fighting where you have priority. The words to live by EDG. They have a strong top side. They're going to move into that scuttle very, very hard. And unfortunate for OMG, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble did not land on the initial target. That's really what cost them the trade there.
Yep.
They had the drop, but not the focus fire to really take down the members of EDG. We can watch that again. It's actually Best 16 running into the fray to get that, but the Sleepy Trouble Bubble actually intercepted by the Rek'Sai, and not the initial undertow landing onto Scout. They do manage to pick up that one kill, but the Frozen Thrall and just the additional damage from Scout, priority from Ray, cutting that short.
Arla could have gone in there as well if that paddle star landed. So Scout flashing over it means that there is no intercept. There's no extra follow-up there from the top laner of OMG. I like that there from EDG. 1k gold lead, 6 minutes in. Again, a lane that you can play through. And this time it is the mid lane rather than bot.
OMG, unfortunately, with their really strong mid-jungle duo, not able to get off to a good start. We've seen a lot of good plays from Icon on this Zoe. He's definitely one of those top-tier assassin players.
Yeah.
But you have to get the Zoe going. That's always the big question. And it's going to be a difficult task now. Lissandra can't burst him down.
Cheeky Q. All right. It's all right. The control ward's there. Clement, look at where Clearlove is. He's found Icon. He cleanses. But can he get out? He's still got the flash from the last trade. Uses it as Ray comes on in.
Absolute crazy thing about Conqueror's Rek'Sai right now. You can proc your Conquerors so quickly. Just the Q, the Unburrow knock up, and then the auto attack Q again. You've got your Conqueror's proc online just with that. That's why he's so she is so powerful in the meta right now. And you can see short trades almost takes a mid laner down to half health.
Yeah.
You didn't even get the E for that, and that was enough.
Ali coming down. Look at Scout trying to move to other lanes. Oh well, we'll just flew a mile. Ali just trying to get out of this lane, see what he can find as well. 10 CS behind of the Riven, so doing okay for starters. It's gone a lot worse, a lot quicker than the past. And Ray just zoning him out. This is where it begins. Level 6 on Riven is going to be so much more impactful than level 6 on Ali.
Thing about Camille is you have a utility ultimate. You can't really fight against other bruisers that just do more damage with level 6.
Yeah.
He's going to find the stun.
Oh, he just bopped him off again. Ali does get the trade-off. Here comes the Hex Deck Ultimatum. Ray caught in the corner. Launches out, flashes forward. Clearlove does find it. Ray's still alive. How is he still alive? I don't know. It's Riven, apparently. Best 16 finds him, but with an inch of his life, Scout comes in for his 3rd kill. Turret plating and more expectations for EDG.
Well done on Ray. He actually lost the initial trade, but he was able to survive with so long, getting the flash to avoid the undertow, and then just getting another Valor shield up. Saved the trades for them. Very, very well done. Great start of the fight, and really showing what Ray is capable on carries.
Worst part about this is the wave got pushed in. It'll reset. We'll have a look how Arla tried to turn it back on his favor. Yeah,
this was a really good trade earlier on. You can see he doesn't actually stop the hook shot, so he managed to get out. But watch Ray here. Flashes around, dodges the undertow, gets his Valor, gets another Q2, stays in the fight, and just goads best 16 to actually have to walk backwards to finish him off. That was so well played on his part.
Worked so well because Scout was able to get in. He's picked up a Luden's Echo because he has 3 kills at 9 minutes. This Lissandra is going to press Q, and your whole life is going to break, not just the ice. So, Scout walking back in, level 8 now. Best 16 trying to impression onto this blue buff. Going to be a hard contest as Glacial Path is not taken. This might have to be taken here by Clearlove. He secures the blue buff just because Best 16 was walking in.
Can Zoe actually find something on Lissandra's way back in towards the mid lane? Looks like EDG are going to take the safe route around, though.
Yep, but no blue buff going to Lissandra. Could be different. Maybe something happens in the mid lane, but still Scout is so far ahead that right now Icon will be able to get small trade windows off. Doesn't have his first item. Just so accelerated from EDG's standpoint. They have a 2k gold lead. Icon and Scout going head to head, just working better for Scout. Almost a bit of a, not a historic matchup, but 2 very experienced players.
Good trade back, but EDG pushing forward with the minion wave.
Skin. Not going to be procced onto Chelly. Bit of damage here from Hope. Starting to win out this lane.
And that was really well done. I really like how they factored in just how many more minions they had on their side. That's not exactly a trade where the Kaisa is supposed to win out that hard, but they do have the advantage with the extra damage on the BF sword compared to the the lifesteal options, which doesn't work out that well for you in terms of an all-in trade.
Yeah.
And they're able to push it so far. Very well done on the bot side.
Yep. Dragon secured as well. There's going to be an Infernal that comes up next. Now looking at spawn timings, this Rift Herald had spawned a minute ago, and straight away Best 16 starts it up, but reset because Ray comes in, and the rest of EDG are coming in as well. That's rough for Best 16. He's a level behind, and he might even have to give up this Rift Herald.
Love these trades coming in from EDG. You take the Dragon, nothing on the bot side left to defend, instantly move it into the Herald, and this is an 5v4 situation for OMG. They can't get Chelly here fast enough.
Teleport play, maybe just to secure the Rift Herald, but OMG is still here. I'm not sure they should be. The flash is in, locked on down. Ali doesn't even get to play the game. And with OMG just caught in the middle of it, 5 just get a good taunt, but EDG might be low. Clearlove trying to turn it around, but it's so easy there. Ray picks up the kill. Chelly jumps back in, but he shouldn't be here. The final hour, Hope sends him forward, ults himself, Glacial Path, flash forward, Ray, knock up City, baby. And he gets another one too. Hope doesn't get the snipe, but it's already good enough for EDG.
OMG, they're just trying to push their luck over and over again. Doesn't work out. EDG have such a better fight setup. I don't think they actually saw Scout inside of the pit. Scout was hiding in one of those corners. He found the Galio before he could really do anything, and you can see how much damage and slow those frozen thralls really do to your team fight. Lissandra is one of the best champions if you get the first kills down in a team fight.
Yeah, that's right. 3-0-2. Couple assists after this big play.
Yeah, really good target focus on the Ala. Takes Olaf down as well. And the end of the fight was also great to watch. Chelly tries to get something back, but he's actually slowed by the corpse, the frozen corpse of his previous support. And let's just watch this. Hope dodges out on Icon, flashes actually Killer Instincts away, and they pick up the kill as well. Great reactions from him. Oh, I wanted that finish, but not going to get it.
Wasn't quite on mark, but still the attempt was there. The attempt on the life of Chelly, who couldn't really do too much in that fight. A couple of kills went over to OMG, or rather just the one. EDG now so far ahead, though. You have an Infernal Drake coming up soon. You have a Rek'Sai, a Riven, a Lissandra, who all have priority. And Hope and Meiko just playing spoiler, getting up to that late game potential for the Kai'Sa. All he needs to do is push this in, get more gold, continuously get there.
EDG, they are the best team to study when they have a bot lane lead. They transfer it so well. They love to play with globals. Teleporting was great. That's the death rush we were talking about. And EDG, they always find their victims in that trap.
Not this time, or rather this time, OMG, the victims. I was just thinking to myself, I thought, well, was it really in the Pixel Brush? But
not really the Pixel Brush, you're right. You're
yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Clement. I appreciate that the most. Look at best 16 charges. There's a teleport coming in as well. Hope ults immediately. A lot of respect there. Remembering BF Sword, double pickaxe. Hope still has a lot of damage. Dodges away from Sleeping Trouble. Meiko should have dropped here with the Hextech ultimate, but so much expended for the support of EDG. While they're going to get bottom lane turret, they'll push out mid as well. OMG just grasping at straws.
Yeah, really have to agree with you. That was a teleport expended just to get that single kill, and they don't actually burn anything from Hope either. I think that was the main point. If they got some summoners from Hope, you could maybe justify that.
Yeah.
But Meiko will fall down gloriously for his team.
Meiko doesn't need to do anything else. He's done so much already. Clearlove, Ray, Scout, even Hope will take him to the promised land. Infinity Edge there on Hope after what was solo turret gold in the top lane, 460 from what I remember. The rest of the map already have their first items apart from this top lane on Ray. But he'll back now. Black Cleaver, Caulfield's Warhammer, Ninja Tabai, double longsword. So much gold just sitting in his inventory. He's ahead in CS, mid's ahead in CS, bottom even in CS, jungle even in CS, and everything for EDG. This game looks cleaner than last game and is shutting out OMG.
Man, when will the Shy actually give us a Riven game? I've been waiting for it for so long. This is why I came to LPL, man. I've been here since 2017. Show me a Riven game, please.
Oh my god,
Ray's been playing it. Jinu's already on it. We deserve a Riven game.
So you want the Shy on Riven?
All the Riven mains have already brought it out.
Riven
is Conquerors.
It's not niche anymore.
It's in the meta. It's in season.
Can you believe, off the topic, because I know you're upsetty spaghetti about the Shy.
I know.
We'll get there, right? It's not even an IG game.
He's not even here. He's
not even here.
I just
can't
need
talk behind his back. On the note as well, did you ever think we'd see a meta with both Riven, Vayne, what else? I mean, we're back to Rek'Sai. That's not super exciting.
That's actually slightly in.
Zed's slightly in meta. And this is bonkers. There is so much in meta, and people complain that the state of League of Legends doesn't change. But you need to read a book. If League of Legends was a book, I'd tell you to read that. There is so much going on in our meta in 9.4, even 9.2. Urgot's gone, thankfully. And we just get this wide world where anything can be played. Even the Camille top lane, apparently, from Arlet.
Yeah.
Who might find himself in the unborrowed vortex that is Clearlove.
He's been doing a very good job at just clearing out the waves in a very safe position that would force someone to overextend. I think he's definitely very aware that there's someone across that wall.
You'd hope so.
You can see his positioning, just using the tactical sweep on the bottom side of the lane. Just a small note on his itemizations. He knew he could not actually contest the Riven. He went for the Tiamat first, just to clear the wave when it eventually does get pushed in. He wasn't going to contest the minion wave at all.
Did that in game 1 as well against Smol's Rise.
And individually, I feel like he's actually done a good job in this matchup.
What's going on here? What are we looking at?
Oh, cooldown 41%,
what?
baby.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
Chop, chop, chop.
Ray's only level. It's 17 minutes. Only
1v2,
41%.
Come on, 1v2.
What is going on with Ruse?
He sees the Olaf. He doesn't care.
No. Oh, 1v2, here we go. Clement, you asked for it. Tahm Kench coming in too. It's a 2v2, or rather a 4. How many people going on? It's just 3v2. I'm sorry, I can't count. Ray going to turn back on. Best 16 still here. Ragnarok available if he gets caught out. Trouble bubble lands. Icon onto Scout. Wow. Imagine. Lissandra's so far ahead. But imagine the world in which Zoe can 1v1. This is what happens. Trouble bubble lands. Glacial pass there. He goes golden. Icon.
Doesn't land
Icon. Can't get it. Not quite. But Icon's got so much more mana. Clearlove's coming in. Look at where Scout is. Trouble bubble doesn't land this time.
He still has the Zanyas.
Glacial path is there, not taken. 5 flashes onto Clearlove. OG going to take this fight to the full front. Ignite's there too. Icon still can run forward. Goes golden. He presses Zanyas. I guess why not? But OG, they commit everything for that play.
Yeah, I was just trying to bait out EDG, but for sure they were not going to come back into that. However, I will say that's how OMG does come back.
Yeah.
Hero plays from Icon.
They're going to make another one in the mid lane, but Harley's already dead. Holy moly. Ult used by Hope. Gets one more auto off on Harley. This is what Big Kai'Sa does with Infinity Edge. Best 16 walks up as well. Has Ragnarok, but is like, screw that. I'm not going anywhere near Hope. But Hope walks towards him. One more auto. Flushes away. What just happened? I don't know, but Hope's into the belly. He uses his own summoner's heal as well. And that was very ambitious in a 2v4.
When EDG's bot lane starts 2v4 in your entire team.
That's when you know.
Yep, that's when you know. Maybe the AD carry patch is really back again.
The last time OMG were in playoffs was 2017 spring. EDG, last time we saw them go to the finals was in spring 2018 against RNG. 3-1 by RNG, and what a finals it was. But shutting down OMG here, Clement. You saw Scout try to get the 1v1 with Ray at his side. Oh no, that just happened.
That was
dear.
Probably during the mid lane fight that we were watching.
Oh man, oh man.
Icon not having the impact he wanted, and Ray.
Oh no, he started again. He can't get the stun. Ali actually gets it off first, but that doesn't mean he's not going to die here, Clement. The ultimate is there. These broken wings. Hex deck ultimatum. Nothing happens. Ray just gets him and kills him immediately. Best 16 won't be altered down with the frozen tomb. Ray looks so good on Riven. Let me just say, Riven looks so good.
She does. She definitely does. And like Ray, you know, he's coming in. He's saying, "Why are you guys playing Mole?
Why am I being excluded in game 1?
Why do I have to sit the bench? I can do carries. Sure. Just put me on one of them.
Ray,
I'll show you."
Ray doesn't play tanks anymore. Ray just plays carries, Clement.
Yep.
EDG know exactly what they want to do here. They want to put Ray on carries. They want to get this bottom lane turret. They want a 10k gold lead, which they've achieved. Mountain Dragon coming up soon. And Chelly's like, boys, get me to 3 items. I'll win this for us.
It's a long way off.
That's a long way off.
A long way from home. He's not even closing on 2 yet.
He's an item behind of Hope.
Honestly, none of the lanes are doing well for OMG. It's going to be very hard for them to actually find a way to come back into this. Icon's still the one I'm looking at. That 1v1 duel against Lissandra was amazing. He
is a Zoe. It doesn't matter how many items you are behind. You are a Zoe. You know, that's what they say. Classic quote from the 1900s. Back then, Zoe was, you know, it was a cool kind of thing. Kind of went like jazz. And EDG dancing to the beat of their own drum right now. There's no drums in jazz. Oh, their drums is like a snare drum.
Yeah,
there's some cool, yeah, there are drums, all right. Didn't even have to say a word. We're so close to being cool like jazz. It's been an interesting day. I'll talk about that a little bit later, because I'm still curious about how OMG react to this. There's a double mountain, Baron sitting up and available, and there's restricted vision, but at least they have some in their own jungle. You've got to kill Icon, best 16, Arla. But that's about it. Momentum still in the favor. Double mountain. Clement, what's wrong?
I just envision EDG holding their formations and then transitioning into a Baron. I think that's the only chance OMG have. They found their chances in game 1 as well, where they outplayed a single Baron fight and not brought them back. But before that happens, none of their lanes are winning. They have a very difficult time dislodging Rek'Sai from their own jungle.
Yeah.
So I don't see any comeback potential, honestly. It really has to be EDG just grouping up and pushing a Baron, and I think that's the only way that OMG finds that potential 5v5 or pick-off that they want.
Using the Galio. 5 hasn't really been as active this time after that one big skirmish at the top side of the map. Ever since then, OMG have been playing coy. Ray's hunting for blood, just going over walls. Where's the Camille? Al is the same level, but definitely not the same power.
What's insane about this game is you can pinpoint the decisions that gave EDG the lead. Remember, they were actually very far behind in lane when Hope started out against Chelly. It's not a good matchup for him, but they won one trade, they push a tower, and then they transitioned everyone into the Drake, transitioned it all into the Herald.
Yep.
And OMG, they were just caught flat-footed. It was just one tempo play where they had the advantage, a small trade advantage in bot lane, and they snowballed the heck out of it.
This has happened multiple times in OMG games. A lot of the time, OMG getting caught with their pants down. Once again, your favorite quote there, Clement. Icon locked down underneath the turret, but cleanses away. Scout just engages back onto him. Half health, trouble bubble landing again. Ray's here. Party in the top lane. See you later, kid. Yeah, punk. You want to deal with Riven? I tell you what, I'm the better badass. Ray just walks on in. Turret's going to go down as well. EDG, their game.
Icon biting his lip there. He managed to dodge a lot of skill shots, but Ray said, you know what? I still have an extra flash. It doesn't even matter. Finishes off the kill.
Oh, 5 has one.
Here we
as
go.
Well. They want to make the last stand here, Clement. Can OMG win this fight? Clearlove's quite squishy. So is Meiko. Glacial path in. Scout flashes in. Hope goes in. And everyone from OMG gets disintegrated. Double kill there for Clearlove. The Prey Seeker sought out its prey. And EDG with such a lead, do they just end the game?
I think they do 95% in EDG's favor. OMG, they were hoping that some members were already splitting off to the Baron, but not the case for them.
Not the case in this game. OMG have been collapsed on, disintegrated again. Hope walking up to 5, who is not tanky at all. And for EDG, they may have brought in the subs, may have brought in the replacements, but EDG still stand tall. A must-win game with their strength of schedule, even though OMG tried to challenge on the way out.
An EDG, a sigh of relief being taken right there by all the Piggy fans out there. EDG, they're still not out of the woods yet. If we go by the standings, they don't have a great chance against the top 4 teams of the LPL. And this was a must-win game from them. They show up, they have a lot of promise in their subs. And to me, I'm even quite surprised by the level which Hope was playing with.
Yeah.
Hope has subbed in a couple of times for iBoy, but he's never really held on to the starting roster. It's been on and off. He's had some, honestly, quite questionable performances earlier on, especially against LGD. But this time around, he's showing what he's made of. Really good from start to finish, great laning. He shows that he can play within the EDG system, and he has individual flair as well.
When EDG start playing on their larger roster, it's good that the question marks kind of disintegrate. In Game 1, Mole was quite stable. Game 2, Ray took over and played a great Riven game. We just see so many of these dynamic picks in the LPL, and I love it each and every time.
The LPL is the best region that uses counter picks. That's what I feel like.
Say that sentence again from the start.
The LPL is the best region to use counter picks.
Stop right there. You said it perfectly. But talk to me about the counter picks again, Clement. So sorry.
The players here just have such drastic champion pools, and you have to have big champion pools to even survive the regular split. We're talking about 57 potential games. Back in the previous split, 45 potential games you have to play this time around. If you don't have a champion pool, you're not going to survive in the LPL, and that has honed our players. There's 10+ champion pools on the majority of our player majority of our player base. So things like this happen a lot. Red side advantage means a lot, and EDG really showed that they can do it on both.
I'm glad we're talking about Hope here. I'm glad we're also talking about how Mole had an impact in Game 1. I want to transition that across to Scout and his early lead. Against Icon, had the time of his life. He didn't need to do damage. I mean, Icon did damage because he's a Zoe, but Scout just had such a great game.
Yeah, Scout is just absolutely killing it. He's doing what he needs to do, and his synergy with Clearlove is something that I didn't really expect, because that was always the biggest point. When Clearlove is on the board, he's not going to have that 1v1 solo potential. I would not favor Clearlove to win out in solo matches against against the majority of LPL junglers. I think the majority of LPL junglers will actually win out on that. But for them to still have a strong 2v2, they play off the strengths of each other very well. They do the little things that really count, the things that make you happy in the morning and stuff like that. They fold the pillows for each other. They make their beds. It's just the little things that breakfast, bacon. You can smell that in the morning. It's really the little things that make the middle lane so comfortable to play in.
Yeah.
And that's the Rek'Sai thing he does over again. Just Prey Seeker after Prey Seeker after Prey Seeker.
You hear that? Clearlove, everyone keeps asking why Clearlove's not married yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, go for it.
He's pretty young.
And even though Clearlove, look, had a nice had a nice early game, let's take a look at our MVP, which is the mid lane. No, it was top lane. Sorry, it was Ray. I was like, I wanted to talk about Scout. I just baited myself.
I thought
it was
we
the
were
Riven.
building up
it
to
was,
that.
It was the Riven.
Scout up.
I
like
know.
The mid lane.
I know. I'm
Ray.
sorry, Clever.
But
it was the Riven, of course.
He did a really
Riven.
good job. His first Riven game so far. I don't think he played a single Riven game in 2000. Maybe he did play in 2018, but definitely the first one in the split so far. And he showed up big on it. This is going to be a champion you're going to see over and over again in the 9.4 meta.
Right.
Still going to be there in 9.5.
5th MVP off the back of it as well. We were actually planning to talk a lot about Ray before coming into this game, this series rather. And Ray was on the tip of our tongue. Ray was the person we said, all right, he's got good MVPs, 12 solo kills. I think he almost picked up another one there, if that counted. So Ray leading the charge in solo kills is a good testament to how the top lane of EDG has strengthened and how EDG as a core has strengthened as well with Clearlove coming back.
Yeah, overtaken Yuki in that solo kill department, and the majority of Ray's MVPs actually happened. That is true.
Sorry,
overtaken that, and the majority of his MVPs have actually happened after Clearlove has joined back on the roster. I think that's the most important thing to note, and the biggest improvement that we saw from EDG. Start of it, end of 2018, start of 2019, we didn't have high hopes for EDG. We felt like this roster has probably reached its peak several times over.
Wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and they finally do renovate themselves, and they find synergy between top and jungle, which is something that is so rare to think about for an EDG roster. Because you think about the players that they've fielded in terms of the top side, they've been, they've been kind of a utility player. You call them, and they're expected to come. They're expected to drop everything and just show up into the bottom side, not really have a life of their own.
Where's Mouse? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm coming right now. Teleporting.
Oh, Rumble's for you, so yes.
Yes. Oh, where do you want me to place this equalizer? I got it for you. Yes, sir. But that's not the way they're playing anymore, and it's great to see them have that breath of fresh air where they can play through multiple lanes. They still held on to all of their previous strengths. The only question for me is, can EDG really contest the top teams in terms of the 5v5? I think that's the only area left where we haven't really seen them do it yet, but if they can, they're the full package.
We get our answer. FPX, BLG, TOP, V5, IG. That's their strength of schedule. One of the hardest, as you pointed out before, for EDG. A big 2-0 win, but it only begins here for the run to playoffs. We'll have a look at standings because now for EDG, they climb up a little bit. But like I said before, it's a hard journey with Suning still trying to fight up and get in that top 8.
So we're going to talk about the teams that actually have easier schedules going forward. Victory 5 and Sino Dragons actually have one of the easier schedules going forward. So we could realistically see them actually moving up and contest that playoff spot. On the other hand, EDG and Suning, the road actually gets tougher. The road's not very easy to face.
True.
They're probably going to have to really show us something miraculous, break a lot of expectations if they want to hang on to their spots. And the #1 toughest schedule we have left is actually up for Billy Gaming.
Yeah.
Their schedule, I watch it, the records for the teams that they have to face is, I believe, 40-26. So very, very one-sided. We do expect them to drop down, but they're still so far ahead in the lead. They're very comfortable. I still expect them to make playoffs, just not at their current position.
That's a very good point, because RNG will be playing them this Sunday on. So that's the start of their schedule. If BLG can overcome RNG for our match of the week, then I'm going to be pretty excited, because BLG are a team that you really want to get behind right now, playing probably the most closest to Korean-style League of Legends, calculated, paced. And not that our plays aren't calculated, but, you know, when you watch BLG, you understand. Let's take a look at Tuesday, though, because we're off tomorrow, Clem. We're going to have a break. Of course, we need to have a breather. And BLG, this is not one of their hardest schedules, because WE, a question mark right now.
And we have to mention that WE are actually only one game away from 500. So they're actually in the playoff contention as well. They face a lot of tough opponents. This is a squad that I actually do expect to move up in their rankings. They had a very good series earlier on this week as well. However, as we go into the second set, This is one where...
You were right. Suning do have a rough schedule.
Yes.
It starts tomorrow.
I do want to cheer for my previous LMS boys, but they have not shown me much to cheer for.
After TOP beat FPX, I tell you what, a lot of people, the hype died down for TOP. And you understand, I'm looking at you. I know you stopped hyping up TOP, and I'm disappointed because TOP look like a TOP3 team.
Honestly, they should be #1 in the schedule, in the standings, but because the way the rulings work, we only calculate wins, and then we go to game differential. IG are hanging on to that top spot for now, but in most other systems, TOP would actually be #1. And this is going to be a test if they actually hold on to it. Both of these teams were formed this split for the specific purpose of reaching Rift Rivals, going far in the playoffs, and they are monster squadrons. Strong from top to bottom, all three of these lanes can carry from either side.
Ready to kick butt and chew bubblegum, and they've run out of bubblegum. Wednesday coming up for you as well. That's when the English broadcast returns. And we've got some schedule for you. Look, Snake first V5. Okay, that's cool. RNG Rogue Rose. Okay, that's also cool. Because both V5 and RNG, they're on the cusp too.
Yeah, V5 is a team I said they actually have a decent schedule ahead of them. They can really realistically make it to playoffs. Even with their tumultuous showings against teams like Invictus Gaming and whatnot, they still have that chance in their pocket. They've won enough of those matchups on the lower side of the bracket to really stand tall here. And RNG versus Rogue Warriors not really in contention, but RNG, they need to crack the top 4. They're still sitting outside of that guaranteed quarterfinal spot. So this is what they're going to be chasing at.
RNG beat Snake the other night and looked great doing it. Snake and Rogue Warriors, both teams that I feel you can join in if you want, that will not be making that playoff position just based on their performance rather than, you know, the stats, and whether they lie or not is a different question as well. Playoffs are coming closer. We've started week 8, Clement. 3 weeks to go, including this one here. Our top 8 looking heated. I think this is the first time in a while, especially since, I mean, we've got 16 teams. The top 12 are very, very close together with maybe a couple of outliers both top and bottom.
Yeah, definitely. It's the case of 2019 where all the teams in LPL can defeat each other. If you draw a circle, it's definitely a cycle with LGD here.
LGD are right there.
They beat every strong team, EDG, and you know, LGD is actually one of the kryptonites for EDG.
Yeah.
They actually don't have a good record. 3-1 was LGD's score versus EDG last year as well, and they actually extend that this year. They can trade every single player on the team and still beat EDG. I don't know what's wrong with that organization.
It's so annoying.
But LGD beats the top 2 teams. Top 2 teams beats everyone, and then it goes back to beating LGD. So we have the cycle of
LGD
life.
the best team in the LPL, confirmed. But of course, the English broadcast will return on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to Clement Chu and our whole production team. LPL action tomorrow you can view on Huya and Doyu. But until then, it's bye for now, but not forever.